4 runs were nice early, but it seemed like you pitched after that as if the score was 0-0. Was that pretty much mindset?
Well, obviously, when you get a quick lead like that, after just 1 inning of play, you have an aggressive mentality. But at the same time, the game was so early, you can't give up runs. So just fortunate, good game plan, and we executed it for the most part today.
What's this run been like for you guys? And have you ever been on anything like this where I know the Padres had a good one last year, but have you been on anything else close to this 10 in a row?
Obviously we're just hitting on all cylinders. I mean, starting pitching, I think, is where everything starts. I mean, not to take anything away from anything we've done over the past 10 days or the past 2.5, 3 weeks, offensively or defensively. If you don't pitch, you don't win. And I think the model that we came out of spring training thinking we were going to be is built around good bullpen, but really good starting pitching and giving us a chance to win just about any game. And the games we've scored runs like today, we've had not easy wins, but we've chalked up wins that we should have had. And then our starting pitching on the days that we hadn't really scored has picked us up. Yesterday Gavin outstanding, and we won a couple close ball games there in Washington. Those games were the games we were losing earlier in the season, 3-2, or we're on the wrong side of a 1-0 game. But just a complete team effort. Starting pitching is obviously where it starts and sets the tone, but from timely hitting to outstanding defense to just a complete team effort.
Jake, how did your shoulder make it through?
I'm okay. Obviously, the things have been a grind over the last few weeks, just trying to throw bullpens and get healthy and feel as good as you want to feel. But I've told people all along, I don't want to make this something that's, obviously it was to the point where I almost had to go on the DL with some tenderness. But this is just part of being a starting pitcher, part of being a ball player. You're going to grind through things, and I think at times we've talked about me being a little too honest and stuff. Getting to you guys because I just have a hard time telling you anything but the truth. So, when other guys are feeling this, they may keep it on their wraps a little bit better. But, obviously I have a hard time.
You feel good? You felt good the whole game?
I did, yeah.
Well, Frank says he's got his swagger back. Here's a couple guys that have their Cubby swagger and Sox swagger. The 2 biggest pitching surprises on both sides of town. Carlos Silva, Freddie Garcia, they face off tomorrow night, both looking for win number 9.
Well, Carlos Silva, boy, he has got a full plate. And why am I going to tell you that? 14 innings have just been logged by the bullpen in the last 2 days, the Cubs bullpen. They need for him to have a nice, long outing, quick innings, throwing strikes, great changeup. They need for him to be on top. I mean, there's no bigger time than now if they want to do anything, not only in this 3-game series, but for the rest of the season. He is going to have to show up and get it done.
Yeah, that was the biggest problem with the Zambrano meltdown. It put a taxed bullpen in a really difficult spot. But what have you seen from Freddie Garcia, guys, this season? Well, it's been surprising.
Freddie's the guy that's won the game after the White Sox lost all the way through. He's been the most consistent. I think he's the reason that kept them a bit afloat, if they were afloat at all, to get this 10-game winning streak. We're looking at 2 number 5 starters. They're the 2 best pitchers going right here. Both of these guys. I think tomorrow, Silva's going to throw a lot of strikes. I don't think the Cubs are going to have to worry about that boy. This guy go right after you. Frank knows that, pitch after pitch after pitch, right over the middle. He just challenges you every time. So
we have 2 fifth starters in the rotation pitching like aces, and we have an ace pitching like, well, now he's out of a job for right now. Carlos Zambrano has been suspended indefinitely after his tirade in the dugout after the first inning. How do you expect to see this thing play out over the next few days, Todd?
I think back to the poll question, I combined B and D at 78%, and that's the answer I'm going with. Yes, he's fined indefinite, or fined. He's going to be suspended indefinitely, and then you're going to try to get him back going in the right direction. And then I think that I think at this point the parties involved here are going to try to either probably move this thing somewhere else. I think this is going to be a challenge on their hand. He's owed a lot of money, but I think that this might be the last straw. There's just been one too many meltdowns.
Here's what Terrio had to say about the situation.
I really don't know what happened. Kind of in the middle of the game, so we're out there playing. Have to get some facts and kind of see what goes on. Guys get in the heat of competition and the heat of battle, and I guess some things happen sometimes. I really wasn't there. Like I said, I was playing. I'll have to kind of get the story and kind of see exactly what the deal was. But he's an intense player, and he brings a lot of emotion to the game. you know, which is good. I think emotion and passion is good. You know, so we'll just have to see what happens.
Frank, you say you see this all the time. The Cubs, though, it looks like they were going to handle it the right way, right?
It sounds to me they've had enough of the Big Z. But when you got that type of contract involved, it's not easy. But I've played with a lot of explosive players. I've played with Carl Everett. I've played with Aaron Bell. I've played with Tony Phillips. I've played with some of the most emotional guys that we've ever seen in this game. It happens. But it sounds to me that the Cubs have had enough of Carlos Zambrano.
You never know what's going to happen in the crosstown. We'll have the next installment tomorrow night. The Cup will be in the building. The Sox could wrap it up tomorrow night. That's going to do it for BP Crosstown Cup Postgame Live. For Todd, Bill, and Frank, I'm Pat Boyle. Sports Night is next. Good night.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented to you in high definition by Sylvania HD LCD TVs and Blu-ray disc players. You must see baseball in stunning high definition.
There's nothing like seeing Chicago baseball in stunning high definition. And there's nothing like watching the biggest new DVD releases on breathtaking Blu-ray. Bring home the best in home entertainment with the Sylvania HD LCD flat screen and the outstanding Sylvania Blu-ray disc player. Available today at Sears.
Welcome to Giordano's famous stuffed pizza. It's not just pizza, it's much more. Spaghetti, lasagna, chicken parmesan, fettuccine alfredo, Italian beef, antipasto salad, appetizers, desserts, and so much more. Let Giordano's cater your office, your special occasion with great care and fresh ingredients.
You know Mazda 6's residual value beats Camry and Altima?
Cool. What's with the flag? You'll see.
And it has more interior room. Beats them on horsepower, too.